Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good, not too bad. Um, I've had somebody trying to manipulate me um, with my emotions because I'm close, or I was close to them at one point in my life. And yeah, I got called some dirty names and stuff. And I'm learning as I get older when people have troubles regulating their own emotions, they'll um, try and manipulate yours because they don't feel stable. So I'm just like really, really aware that I'm not going to be used or manipulated by people that are never there for me when I need them. It's like, it's time. It's time for me in my life. So, yeah, it's been a long road of self-care and self-love, and it's time. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on with me today. I'm just reflecting on the way others treat me and what I will and will not allow in my life. So if somebody makes me more sad than they do happy, I'm done with them. you know, entirely. I don't have time for it. Um, I'm I have time for the good people in my life, people that make an effort to make sure I'm okay, like I do for them, and anything else isn't tolerated. I had somebody that was talking about taking their own life, and they've done this a lot to me, and I've been depressed too, and I can understand, but so I said, well, I can get you um, this is a homeless person. I'm like, I can get you the, uh, hotline, and they can help you. They can send somebody out to you and help get you even off the street when you're suicidal, that type of thing. Well, no, I'm talking to you, I was told. Well, yeah, yeah. You're always telling me how I'm not going to sleep through the night because I have to be concerned about somebody else that wants to control my feelings with their unstable ways. And I'm talking about somebody that would rather use their um, income for self pleasuring than they would even taking care of their own family. And that might not be entirely true, but that is the essence of this person. This is what ends up happening because of um dude's life is a mess, you know, and I can't help. I've tried. I've made phone calls trying to help. I've done everything within my power, and I hear that I'm sneaky and now I'm all these bad names. It's like, go tell somebody else your problems. I have enough of my own, thank you. I've been homeless with children, you know. Um, After that, being home when I was homeless by myself and I was like a young woman or a teen or whatever, who cares? But when you have kids, that's a pretty big deal, especially when it's because of the lack of ability for the sanity of the father to even take care of his own children and left it up to me to fend for my children and myself in the wilderness on a mountain with no home, no tent, nothing but blankets, and it started to snow. And this person who's trying to bother me has no. I was called a comfort bitch. How about that one? That's a new one. He's surrounded by comfort bitches. Really? Well, I know one of them didn't work for what she has, but I own my own place, so being comfortable, mm, excuse me, that's pretty cool. From going from homeless with kids to owning land with a creek and a home and everything else. Yeah, if I'm comfortable, how about that? Yeah, comfort bitches that use um used furniture, used vehicles, all this stuff that they can refurbish and do for themselves in their lives, working even harder to have those comforts when other people aren't willing to even work for anything. So, yeah, this is somebody that eh, can't even pick up a cup and put it in the dishwasher after they're done eating. So, yeah, I'm a comfort bitch. All right. Okay. Well, I'll continue to be comfortable. Thank you. I was just going to say, and it is true. I had somebody else's bed for the longest time. It was used. I finally purchased my own brand new mattress just a few years ago. Not the first time in my life, but it was decades since I could afford to um be comfortable when I was even sleeping. So, yeah, I'm just talking about this because I happen to know I have friends like on Facebook and different people with people in their lives that them for granted and take advantage of them. And they can pretend that they're not doing that, but and I know that they're doing that, you know. And this isn't all. This person has made an entire mess out of not only his life but the life of his whole family. So, yeah, I'm talking about it. Doesn't matter because I'm not respected anyway, so it's not like I'm by this person. So it's not like I'm betraying anybody that's close to me or anything by talking about it. No, they don't care. This was done intentionally to try and sadden my heart or to stop me from talking or to incapacitate me, to paralyze me with emotions that I'm not working on. I'm not being manipulated by my emotions. I would have been for my tiny little children, but these are grown men choosing to act more on the animal instinct of things than what uh, gentlemen would be. And weak men attack other people, strong men build them up. So, that's it right there. It's just like people that I would consider my friends out here, um, I'm going to build you up. I'm going to tell you I love you. I'm going to tell you you're cool, you're good looking, you're beautiful, whatever. Um, and you're a good person and you're a kind person, you know? That's how we do. That's how we roll when we have love in our hearts for other people. So, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, it's sad, but if I let it regulate my feelings, if I use somebody else's um patterns in life and I recognize patterns, this has been done to me a lot by almost everybody I know, you know. But I've learned how to be strong through the chaos. If I don't expect something out of somebody, I'm not going to get hurt because I already know that they're um they're going to do things that I won't tolerate in my life, and I have boundaries. And so even when they write things that are nasty to me, they may think they have won the argument because I am not going to reply. I'm not going to waste my time begging for love out of somebody that's not lovable. You know, I don't care who they are, whether you came out of my body or not. I don't like you, could care less. Really? You are who you show me you are, not what I want you to be, not what I could pretend you are. You're what I see. So, this dude had his daughter lie about him, and he was a lot like that. Not a huge liar or anything, but was in a similar situation to what he's in now because of his kid. And I said, well, I used the family name. I said, well, after all, she is a blah, blah, you know. That's when he got mad. Because in all reality, this bloodline has made manipulation, they've normalized inappropriate sexuality, lying, manipulation, all the bad things in life. They're artists at it, and they think they're so slick. Whatever. You got caught, and I don't like you, so you can play it on somebody else, you know? But yeah, imagine, imagine all the mothers, fathers, lovers, wives, husbands, um, sons, daughters, all the people out there that are being held in relationships with cold hearted souls that don't care about them. And how about like all the women, divorce is embarrassing, period, period. But what's better, to be divorced from a monster or stay attached in a situation where you're not valued and you're harmed? How many people in relationships, are even friends, that are not respecting you on the level that you deserve? Um, but you don't want to let them go because they're your friends, they're your family, and people just don't do that. But this one does. And you would think that people would know, gee, I kicked like this husband out. I got yeah, I got emancipated. I divorced my parents. I got an annulment from my first husband, so like didn't exist. And my second one, I kicked him out. And the one I'm currently with, I gave a letter of divorcement to. Like, I'm done. Done. I'm not a wife, you know? I didn't have a husband, so why be a wife, right? But you would think that people that would see my history and my pattern, or even taking people and kicking them out of my house, get out, you know? Friends, family, I don't care who it is. The minute you cross that line in my boundaries, you're out of my life. I don't care who you are. But you'd think that this person being related to me would recognize the patterns. No, what they recognized and counted on is that I was going to keep looking at them and see that beautiful little child face. No, I don't see that face anymore. That's a memory. It's not the reality of what I'm living through. So, yeah. That's what's going on today. Oh, I'm happy. This is just one of a gazillion times with people like that. And I expect more coming up in the future. This is just one of my sons. The other one's in prison and should be getting out pretty soon. Um, then I'll have two um, things like that trying to disrespect me and manipulate me with my emotions. And it's not going to work because guess what? I'll say it over and over again. I do not like you. You cannot sway me or manipulate me or make me sad. It doesn't matter. You go and talk to the people you respect and leave me alone. And if you can't do that, I'll do it for you. So, but just know it wasn't free, and you will pay for your treachery, your betrayal, and the lies you're telling to yourself. And even when you try to manipulate somebody or gaslight them, try to pretend like they're a bad person so you can feel better about yourself, none of that is working with me. And your personality traits are documented. Your manipulative ways are documented for the psychotic behavior that it is. That's not sneaky. That's what you're doing to yourself. And I'm done trying to help anybody that doesn't appreciate me. Period. There's not even a prayer. I mean, okay, take care of them, God, whatever they need, whatever that entails. You know? Where it used to be, oh, I hope this person gets a place to live, has all the food they need, can sit back, maybe smoke a bowl or whatever they want to do, even if they're injured and have a pleasant life. But no, you have to bother other people. So guess what? Those aren't what my prayers sound like anymore. So don't count on it. Love isn't a commodity that you can use and not give back into. Love is a two-way street, you know? It's not something, it can be used up, you know? And I'm here to tell you and show you how that is. It's setting boundaries. I mean, we hear this a lot. You'll even hear the toxic person pretend like they're the ones who's setting the boundaries because then they don't have to face the horrible things that they do to other people. You know, as long as they think they can get the jump on the game that they're playing and keep playing people with that same bullshit. Player, you know. And if they started doing it when they were young and they're still doing it, if they don't stop by the time they're like 18 or 20, if you're 17 years old and you're not looking at the world like I'm a participant, not a god. If you look at the world like you're God and you're going to control everybody and everybody owes you everything, you're not going to have a good life. Period. And times are changing. People are becoming more aware of these tactics that these type of people use. It's documented. It's mental health problems. Now you can either um I see it as whatever you want to call fallen angel bloodline or low vibrational or dark arts, witchcraft, whatever you want to call it, however you want to paint it. This is a craft. These are things that these people with that mindset of self-serving, they use them, period. There's nothing um, constructive about their nature. It's all destructive. So, yeah. And it's we're getting now with the mental health capabilities and the people around the world understanding that these types of things are happening everywhere to everybody, and it is a spiritual war. Um, they'll pretend that they're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, whatever, your big major religions, or just a good person. They're spiritual. They're sweet. You know, whatever excuse they use to rope you in and then try and dominate, you know. This same person was like, told me in my house, I'm going to sit here till like I'm 45. This was like a injured 27-year-old. I'm going to sit here till I'm 45, basically, and there's nothing like Doug can do about it or whatever. Well, guess what? It was about a week later I helped it out by giving him a tent and everything he needed by a community college, and suggested, which he did, to take up some courses and do something with his life. So, how did that work out for you? Trying to come in and dominate other people's homes because we're willing to work through our injuries and not pretend. I mean, if Doug treated me like I was never injured, I wouldn't do anything for him. And he's the same way. So when we're encountered with other people, and he's had a actual bad back since 1986, I think. He was on disability, but through uh um therapy and his own therapy, physical therapy, was able to build his strength back up from injuring his back. Still hurts and he still gets care for it, but he was told he was never going to be able to work again, and he did. And I was where I couldn't even walk. I pulled my spinal cord. I've done so many things. They told me, you'll never walk again. Well, that's not what happened because of my strength and my determination. And people ignore the pains of other people and come in and try and dominate their lives and their homes. And when that doesn't work and they still want to try and bring you down, they'll try and do it over the internet. That's not going to work either. There's only one way to solve this. You start caring about other people, or they're not going to care about you. That's the way things are. This isn't the only time. I could go on, and it's flipping crazy, crazy. People that don't understand that we even got an equity loan on our house. We paid for this place 3 times, three flipping times, to use the money to either improve it or to help other people in our lives, to the tune of thousands of dollars. Adults that never reciprocated that. They didn't even fucking notice. That's the bad part about it. It's like they were gone. They were already gone by the time they were teenagers. It was intentional. I see it as a personal attack from the dark cabal, but these are the times we're living in. I'm not the only one suffering this stuff, you know? I know some of you are too. In fact, I know it for a fact. You know, if you're listening to me, you're probably going through this type of thing with somebody or many somebodies in your life. Could even be your boss at work and you just dread going to work because you know this person is off and they're going to do something off. You just know it because you know them. It's patterns, pattern recognition, people, patterns of what these people do. So, excuse me, I don't mean to, I just threw my lighter down in my, sorry about that. I'm not meaning to put any of that on anybody else. I just know there's some of you that are going through these same type of things. So I can feel free to talk about mental health issues with other people that are knowledgeable in that area. And I know like couple professors that are interested in that, the psyche of the mind. And these players, they think you don't know it. They think you're I mean, and here's another thing. I worked as a counselor and I worked with emotionally disturbed youth and adult men, and you would think that these people would think she's skilled in the tactics of psychological warfare, you would think that they would understand that, but they're not that bright. Oh, but they'll ignore it. Even if you could know more, they could go to a psychiatrist and you could actually know more about the human psyche, and they'd still pretend that that isn't part of your skill set. You could be, um, well, it's like I opened up the first blackjack table at this casino near me, but people that would try and demean you would pretend that you were just there um, polishing the machines, not actually dealing the decks, not actually the dealer, but yeah, more like the cards. They'll treat you like you're the cards, not the actual dealer, you know. So yeah, it's okay to give to your offsprings when they're young and they can't help themselves, or if they've been injured and or manipulated by people. But the minute that you find out that, here you got half grown or half dead, half alive or half dead adult humans, or even young adults, if they're trying to play you or take advantage of you, that's what they're doing. They're not hiding it. It's open disrespect, period. And like I say, I know I'm not the only one living. It's not going to change. They don't change. Take my word for it. It only gets worse. Do you know what the worst thing in the world is? A aging narcissist. Not only can they not use their looks anymore to manipulate people, they don't have a heart or a soul in that area to care about other people. So then they're not only ugly, but they're stupid too. So, and I think having a good heart will probably keep you beautiful for the rest of your life. But, and I was telling Doug, our kids had, his daughter and my two sons had every advantage in their life, even through their sorrows, because people have sorrows and we grow through them like healthy adults. They had every advantage being handsome or beautiful and intelligent, and they squandered it out of selfishness and greed and control, manipulation. That's sad. When all you have is your looks and you use that against the world, and that's all you got. There's nothing else in there for you to give to the world. Oh, you're cute to look at. I applaud you. That's all you got. What have you actually done for anyone but yourself? I mean, actually done. Have you made a lasting impression on this planet? And if you have, what is it? You know? So, so anyway, yeah, that's what's going on in my world today. It's a beautifully cold day here. It's typical, you know. But yeah. So anyway, like I was saying, I do not anticipate in a good way, but anticipate in a bad way that I won't only have the one um, maladjusted person that I didn't get to entirely raise by myself without interference, but two um, with their nonsense in my life. It's like in the last 2 years, I've had my youngest son trying to call me from prison. I don't answer the phone. I don't talk to criminals that steal other people's vehicles and beat people up and beat women up and the rest. All your filthy ways, you people, keep it away from me. You're not welcome here. You're not who I raised. You're somebody else's kid. That's how you act. That's how I'm going to treat you. I'm not playing this, oh, they have mental disabilities, so we baby people. No, you're acting criminal and I'm going to treat you like the dirty dog. You're acting like you're not a wolf. You're not proud. You're just a mutt pretending it's royal. I still have love, but the respect is gone. It should have been mutual, and it never was. So, yeah. Maybe when they were little, but no, these men, they're not only maladjusted, they're dangerous and putrid, just putrid people that I don't want to be around. I'm making new friends. I'll pretend somebody else is my son. you know, people, I'll adopt you. If you love me, I love you. We're a great big family. Yeah. Is that Barney? That purple bastard. Anyway, talk about conditioning, having some relic like a T Rex or what is it, a Brontosaurus Rex, a purple one, pretending it loves you before it eats you. Yeah. Anyway, so if the respect comes back, I'm open for um conversations and friendships, but if the respect isn't there and they don't value me, I don't have time for that. I don't debate about my virtues with trash. You know, it's not going to happen. So have at it. Do your best. Yeah, do your best. If I can do it, you can do it. Really. I mean, if you start out as an orphan and you're not really taken care of well, you're malnutritioned, actually starved, actually left dirty and cold. And, if you grew up like that and then went out on your own when you were a teenager and didn't expect anything from anybody, you know, you might have something to whine about. And I'm not whining about it. I'm telling you about it. I'm telling you about how strong I actually am and why I won't tolerate the disrespect. Because I've been in worse situations and deeper pain than these people could ever even conceive. And we all have our pains on this planet. It's the ones who pretend you're not in pain that will try and put more on you, trying to regulate some uneven, some unbalanced feature about them, you know. Don't let them do it. It doesn't matter who they are. They're trying to bring you down with them. It's called the quagmire. They're stuck in the muck, like they're stuck in a bogged down in the swamp, you know. Oh, well, I'm going to get this uploaded. Wanted to say hello and tell you what was on my mind and future struggles that I know are coming and what they're trying to do to me. It's not going to work. It doesn't matter. Keep trying, you know. Like I said, I don't like you. People that do that stuff to me, um, kicking people out of my life has become second nature. It's like, get the fuck away from me. Go play with somebody else that thinks you're cute, because I used to, but I don't anymore. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I hope this helps somebody's heart because you can keep going. You do your best in life with people, and you have ones that value and appreciate that. Hang on to those feelings because we need each other like that. And don't let these manipulators ever try and devalue you because you're the one who's valuable, not the one who's trying to do the devaluing. So, peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day. Have a wonderful week ahead, people. I love you.